On this week's special edition of Wide Open Throttle, we bring you all the hottest cars from the Geneva Auto Show. Welcome to Wide Open Throttle. I'm Jessie Lang, excited to be bringing you coverage of the Geneva Auto Show. Lamborghini has been making big waves on this year's auto show circuit. First, the Gallardo LP 550-2 Spider debuted at LA. Then we saw the Gallardo LP 570-4 Super Trofeo Stradale at Frankfurt. Now, at the Geneva Auto Show, Lamborghini is introducing a new concept car based on the beautiful Aventador. To find out about that and all the hot cars, we'll now go to Angus MacKenzie, who's in Switzerland with all the details.
Thanks, Jessie. You know, I love the Geneva show. It's the first show of the European season. It's compact, only 2 halls, and best of all, everyone's here. All the car industry executives and some of their latest cars. Let's take a look at some of my favorites. I went to the launch of the original Boxster in Germany in 1996, and I loved that car. It had a sweet little 2.5-litre flat-six engine, not enough power to outdrive the chassis, but oh boy, what a chassis. It was a driver's delight, like the best Miata you have ever driven. Well, the Boxster's grown up for 2012. This particular version, much more masculine in its styling and in its intent. 2 engines, 2.7-litre flat-six with 265 horsepower, and of course, the 3.4-litre 315 horsepower engine in the Boxster S. 7-speed PDK transmissions are available, and with more emphasis on performance and handling, this Boxster is one of the cars I'm most looking forward to driving this year. The Range Rover Evoque is, of course, MotorTrend's Sport Utility of the Year. But you haven't seen an Evoque like this one. Yes, it's a convertible. They chopped the roof off an Evoque 3-door, put in a folding top at the back, and voila, a real SUV convertible, and a very stylish one too. Now, officially, Land Rover is saying this is only a concept. Although it's built on a real Evoque, it's not planned for production yet. But that could change if there's enough customer demand. And yes, the United States is being seen as one of the biggest potential markets for this vehicle. So if you want to see an Evoque convertible, just let us know. We'll tell Land Rover. Well, as you know, last week, John Carey didn't get to drive the Bugatti Grand Sport Vitesse in South Africa. In fact, none of the media are going to drive this vehicle until May or June this year. But Bugatti boss Wolfgang Durheimer let slip an interesting fact when I was talking with him earlier. Originally, Bugatti was only going to build 300 Veyrons in total, but the convertible version will extend the model run another 2 years. Bugatti plans to build 150 Veyron convertibles. Some will be this 1,200 horsepower Vitesse version. Others will have just 1,001 horsepower. Also interesting is that Durheimer confirms that 16 cylinders and 1,001 horsepower will be the minimum for any future Bugatti. The all-new Galibier sedan, a 4-door, 4-seat, ultra-luxury, high-performance vehicle, is coming from Bugatti in about 2 years' time. And yes, it's going to have 16 cylinders and 1,001 horsepower. One of the most controversial cars at Geneva this year is Bentley's EXP 9F. It's a concept vehicle, a giant SUV that will be built on the next generation Audi Q7 platform. Under the hood is the 6-litre W12 engine. An 8-speed automatic drives all 4 wheels. A lot of controversy about the styling of this vehicle here at Geneva. A lot of people think the front end is very ugly. That doesn't bother Bentley boss Wolfgang Durheimer, because the company has another set of front end designs that it's going to be testing with potential customers here in Geneva and at the New York show next month and at the Beijing show the month after. Durheimer says we'll change the design if customers want it, but he wanted to make a statement with this car to really provoke some comment, and he's certainly done that. Now, this Lamborghini wasn't even supposed to be here at Geneva. You see, Lamborghini was going to show its version of an SUV built on the same next-generation Audi Q7 platform as the Bentley concept. But the Volkswagen AG boys said, no way, we're not going to have 2 SUVs fighting at this show. So Lamborghini instead turned up with this extreme version of the Aventador Yota. Now, Yota is a name from Lamborghini's past. It used to signify stripped down, almost race-bred specials for the road. Today, Yota stands for extreme styling. And this particular car is a one-off. It cost over $2 million to build and was paid for by a wealthy Lamborghini customer who wanted the ultimate Aventador. I think you'd agree, he got exactly what he paid for. The star car of the Geneva show, unquestionably, the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. There's been a crowd of people around this car all day long. And no wonder, with more than 720 horsepower, this is the most powerful production Ferrari in history. 0 to 60 will be just a shade under 3 seconds, and this is going to be spectacular to drive. You know, there's an old saying that racing improves the breed, and when you look at today's Formula One cars, you have to ask, well, is that really the case? With Ferrari, yes it is. This car features really advanced aerodynamics that help keep the car stable, give it more grip. It's got active brake duct cooling, for example. It has, of course, the dual clutch transmission, super fast shifts. This car is going to be one of the highlights of 2012. So there you have it, some of my favourites, some of the most interesting cars from this year's Geneva show. Back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Angus. We can't wait for those cars to leave the showroom floor so that we can get behind the wheel and tell you everything you want to know about them. And remember, the New York Auto Show is coming up, and you can be sure we will be there. That's all for this week's edition of Wide Open Throttle. We want to give a big thanks to Lamborghini Beverly Hills for allowing us to be surrounded by such decadent cars. I'm Jessie Lang, and I'll see you next time.